Thank you very much. There is a statement in the book of O.C. or Hosea, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And what I have found is that not enough of people who think the way we do, or have the same values, or similar determination, have an understanding of the ropes and the levers of Caesar's world. When Christ said, render to Caesar, behind that is the assumption you know who Caesar is, you know what he's doing, you know what he can do, and you better know how to restrain him if he's taking your rights. And when St. Paul had an argument with the Sanhedrin, and he was faced with a Roman governor named Festus who was trying to tilt him to go to a court where it was going to be loaded against him, what did he do? He appealed to Caesar. Now, he knew the Roman laws. The Roman governor said, you're right, you can go to Caesar and argue your case there. And when God picked Moses, he picked someone who knew the inside of the court of Pharaoh. He didn't pick somebody who had to learn all over again. He knew someone who could go right up and talk to Pharaoh. So what I have done, I was in the General Assembly for 26 years, worked in Congress for 6 years, did public policy research for about 15 years. I took the experience of that, including when I just walked up to a former Congressman, Bob Bauman of Southern Maryland. I gave him what became the Hyde Amendment. A friend of mine did a Freedom of Information Request Act showing that about 280,000 children have been killed by abortion under a program supposedly designed to stop abortion. I gave this to him. He said, there's a freshman here who might be interested in this. Turns out it was Henry Hyde. Do you know how many constitutional amendments have been passed or adopted which have reversed Supreme Court decisions? Anybody have a guess?
Over 200.
No, less than 5. So when we are trying to fight for a constitutional amendment, you're picking a task to climb up to the top of Mount Everest, and you don't have to do that. A congressman whose name you would know, and I'm not going to embarrass him, I was talking to him in his office about curbing the authority of the courts. And he went to Yale, and I told him what you could do. He says, you can't do that. I said, yes, you can. I walked over to his side of his office, pulled out a book published by the Congressional Research Division. I said, here's Article 3. Congress can totally abolish, modify, or restrain all appellate jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. You can totally get rid of it. The marriage decision never had to get into the Supreme Court. Didn't have to do it. And you know how many times, well here, let me give you the constitutional amendments that were reversing Supreme Court decisions are the 11th Amendment on lawsuits between states, the 13th Amendment on slavery reversing Dred Scott, the 16th Amendment on the income tax, and the 26th Amendment on 18-year-old votes for state and federal elections. 4. That isn't a lot. But curbing the court jurisdiction can be done. In fact, when Republicans were in charge of Congress in the 1860s, a case had been heard challenging how they were operating in the South. You know, they had military rule in the South. And the case was heard, the Supreme Court was ready to hear it. The Congress passed a statute yanking jurisdiction away from them. The Supreme Court justice said, without jurisdiction, we can't rule in this case. It was gone. So there are things to be done. And the court has reversed itself 233 times. So that's not an infallible institution. I go into all this so you can learn about it and have your friends, especially, who have the same values as we do but not the same experiences, maybe lacking the knowledge. Go to Amazon. You can order this tonight. It's called Reclaiming the Republic. I've done some radio shows. I'm looking to do more. And I thank you very much for your support, for those of you who have helped me through the years. And I'm not through tormenting liberals. I'm just going to do it in a different way.